was paying off. In the 21st century, the battlefield is changing. American snipers still play a vital role and still use the M40 rifle. But tactically, things have changed. The chaos of insurgent warfare, the presence of civilians, has compromised the sniper's unique military independence. Increasingly, they're told to call it in first, shoot later.
Perspective up here, they ain't going mine.
Iraq, 2004. Sam Little, a Marine sniper sergeant, is caught up in a deadly game of cat and mouse with insurgents.
Checkpoint 343, copy. My team was in an urban hide on top of a rooftop in one section of the city, and these three individuals were on foot, basically hit and run, shooting at the vehicles and then running away through the neighborhood. The individual showed up on the rooftop, matched the description. It was a heavy-set Iraqi male, gray sweatpants, gray sweatshirt, wearing a black mask, carrying an AK-47.
What are you seeing, man? No,
He was sweating profusely from running away, running through the city streets, evading capture. And under the rules of engagement, you could shoot anybody with a weapon as long as they posed a threat.
I'm looking through my scope. I see a burgundy sedan on the north side of Peru.
But he didn't have a weapon visible at the time. So just to be on the safe side, I called it in.
Catfish 6, this is lightning 4-1.
And they told me not to shoot. And later on, whenever we wound up getting extracted out of our position, those same three individuals tried to ambush us whenever we were, getting out of our position. And it almost cost me my life. And he lived to fight another day. And if he was able to plant mines or IEDs or ambush another, Marine and kill another Marine, then I feel it was my responsibility. It's just one of those things that haunts you afterwards.
These insurgents were the lucky ones. Few men who pass through a Marine's crosshairs survive. Snipers deal death. They're feared and hated. But what happens when the cards are turned?
I think if the Viet Cong capture you and you're an American sniper or any American infantryman, you're a dead man.
In the 20th century, snipers set new benchmarks of excellence. The number of kills went through the roof. But for all that blood spilled, there'd have to be a reckoning.
A machine gunner smoked out the sniper's nest.
Snipers across history have often been killed out of hand, if captured, simply because the soldiers on the other side don't regard them as legitimate combatants taking the same risk. They're different.
The hunters had become the hunted. Day by day, new tactics were being evolved to wipe them off the battlefield.
I think if the Viet Cong capture you and you're an American sniper or any American infantryman, you're a dead man. We saw a team up toward the DMZ that had been castrated. So that's the most gruesome, horrible thing I've ever seen.
Exposed to these dangers, snipers learn to use their natural surroundings to remain hidden. It's time to unravel one of the most important branches of the sniper family tree, camouflage.
Camouflage is as basic as shooting. You're foolish not to use it.
Prehistoric cavemen, right through to 20th century hunters, have used their natural environment to get closer to their prey. It works. But why? In 1892, Abbott Henderson Thayer, a well-known American painter, published the first dissection of natural camouflage. He discovered that animals are counter-shaded, darkest on their backs, lightest on their undersides, and effectively camouflaged prey could appear flat and insubstantial. Thayer's thesis evolved on the battlefield. In World War I and World War II, snipers started wearing counter-shaded camouflage, graduations of dark and light that would help them blend into the background.
Sniper tactics evolve around being hidden, and there were various ways to do it. British officers looked to their Scottish gamekeepers, and they came up with an idea called the ghillie suit, which was a suit that had streams of burlap hanging all over it, and this would break up the outline of the sniper.
Camouflage is the sniper's primary defensive mechanism, but it's not foolproof. Get spotted and you're dead. A much safer strategy for the sniper is to put a lot of distance between himself and the enemy. For this to happen, you need a really big gun that can fire a high-velocity round, something like the 50 cal.
If you've got one shot, because you're a sniper, and that one shot has got to kill whatever it is you're shooting at, and it might be wearing body armor, it might be in a vehicle, whatever, you want to use a very big, efficient round. And the 50 cal rifle round is big enough and heavy enough and pointy enough to go through most things that might stand between a sniper and a target.
The origin of 50 cal sniping began in World War II when the British came up with the Boys anti-tank rifle, a 55 caliber beast. It could take out a Panzer.
It would not penetrate the armor so much as what they would do is that they'd fire it against the track and break the track and kill the tank with a mobility kill rather than killing the crew. You wouldn't want to fire one. The recoil just was awful.
All the same, snipers saw something in the 50 caliber bullet. In the early 1980s, British and American companies built the first specialized 50 cal sniper rifles. It led to the development of extreme firearms like the Barrett AS-50. Firing a bullet 5 times heavier than a standard .308 at 2,800 feet per second, it can take down men, vehicles, and helicopters. 50 cal rifles also hold the world record for the longest sniper kill, 2,650 yards, over 1.5 miles.
Just heightens the level of terror that sniping does to begin with by adding more velocity and horsepower to the equation.
This weapon keeps the sniper safe by putting him a long way from the enemy and increases his combat lethality with its massive velocity. The 50 cal really is the mother of all firearms.
If it hits any part of a human being, if it hits someone in the arm, it'll tear your arm off.
Today, snipers carry a rifle that truly is the sum of its parts. Drawn together, the branches on its family tree reflect its unique genesis. Hunting rifles led to hunting men, powerful men. Mechanisms gave birth to reliable weapons. The marriage of bullets and scopes spawned accuracy. Snipers and their camouflage created a silent, invisible killer. And a new generation of heavy caliber guns has evolved into the world's deadliest firearm, the AS-50 sniper rifle. Weaponologically, it's the top of the tree.